So here's my 5 people. Okay. Here is my quotes with my author and the title. And okay, we go right there. And today I'm here to talk to you about pit bulls and why they should not be banned in certain areas or certain departments or certain counties. I'm credible to talk about this because I have researched this and I have grew up around this breed of dog. I have trained them, I've raised them, I've lived with them. I have a personal connection to them because this has been the only breed of dog I've been, well, not the only, but the most consistent. And I just, I feel credible because of my experience with them. Hopefully today you will get a new view or just a new insight on actually how this breed is or how they, act. With that being said, I will move on to my first. My description of the topic. I had some in my throat. I apologize. Well, my first description of the topic is pit bulls are some of the most misunderstood breeds. They're some of the smartest dogs, but they've been marked as violent. They've been marked as predatory, which they are, but to an extent. They've been marked as, dogs who don't have it all up here, and they just attack people. And that brings me to my first quote. Why are pit bulls banned? And there is no scientific backing for the presumption of these dogs are more aggressive or dangerous than any other breed. They have been favored as pets by criminals, many of whom train them as attack dogs. That was by Olivia Warren, Why Are Pit Bulls Banned in the UK. And I feel that, these dogs are just like any other dogs. They can't control who owns them, like just like a gun can't control who owns it. You can't control, oh, he got a gun and shot somebody, it's the gun's fault. Just like the way you raise this dog, you can't put that on them, You can't, oh, he was raised bad, he was trained to fight, so it's the dog's fault. So the dog is violent. No, that's not how this is. You should put the blame on the owners. You should put the blame on the people who taught the dog to be that way, the people who taught the dog to attack. And they can't control who owns them. Just because criminals own this dog doesn't mean other people shouldn't be able to. They're a nice breed of dog. They're a beautiful breed of dog. And I think everyone should have that, experience with them. My second quote is by Daniel McCarthy in Dangerous Dogs, Dangerous Owners, and the Waste Management of Irredeemable Species. Notable in the list of attacks on humans were that dogs involved varied from Rottweilers, German Shepherds, to pit bulls, yet only pit bulls were singled out as dangerous within the legislation. And I feel like, dog attacks are going to happen. Well, I'm not going to say they're going to happen, but they do happen. It's life. And you can't just put the blame on one breed. You can't just ban one breed. Many places have, you can't have pit bulls. You can't have a dog that looks like a pit bull. You can't have, I feel like that's a little discrimination, and I feel like that's a little messed up because they haven't done anything to anyone. And my third quote comes from Dana Campbell and Pitbull Brands, the state of breed-specific legislation. Extensive studies show of the effectiveness of BSL in reducing the number of persons harmed by dog attacks were done in Spain and Great Britain. Both studies concluded that their dangerous animal acts, which included pit bull bans, had no effect at all on stopping dog attacks. The Spanish study further found that the breeds most responsible for bites, both before and after the breed bans, were those breeds not covered by it, primarily German Shepherds and mixed breeds. Basically saying that pit bulls aren't the ones, I won't say they aren't the ones, but they aren't the only ones. They aren't solely responsible for dog attacks. Just banning this one dog won't do anything to that. They won't help at all. That's my fourth quote. Okay, so moving on to my personal connection. I forgot my picture. Okay, so 1 second. This shows a pit bull with a baby because they are very, they're very family orientated. They're a great family dog. this shows my second picture of two pit bulls. You know, they're in the community, they're around people, and they can function. As long as they're raised right, well, that goes with any dog. As long as they're raised right, they can go around, around people, and they will be well behaved and well mannered. And this shows a puppy, being trained by treats, which is, one second. Okay, back to it. Okay, moving on to my personal connection with pit bulls. I've grown up around them, so I know how this dog is. I have had anywhere from 25 to 30 pit bulls, and I still have 3 today. And when I came to Arkadelphia, I have an apartment now, but I planned on getting a house, sometime. I'm a football player, so, I plan on getting a house with my money. And so I wanted to get a pit bull. Well, I wanted to bring my dog up here, but somebody told me, they're not allowed in the city limits or something like that. And I feel like that's a little messed up because, other people can have any dog that they want, but when it comes to pit bulls, they're banned. So that's my personal connection. Here is my picture. This shows, a dog doing a trick. He's very able to be balanced, and you can train them to do. A well-mannered pit bull is a very great dog. This shows them shaking. That's basically just saying that they are easy to train. They're trainable. They're not the vicious, barbaric dogs that people make them out to be. And this shows, just the dog being nice and he's being patient, not eating the treat. And that moves me on to my third one, the impact on society.